G'day there, I'm MG, and welcome to Life in 5, the podcast where my guests bring 5 photos that have shaped their lives in one way, shape, or form. What makes Life in 5 unique is that my guests set the tone. It's their story told in their way. Our guest this week is one of my favourite humans of all time. His name is Craig Gower, a premiership winning halfback, a former Panthers captain, and one of the toughest hombres of his era. He led Penrith to glory in 2003 and represented both Australia and Italy on the international stage. From dominating in the NRL to taking on new challenges in rugby union, Gowie always played the game his way, and that was tough. It's my pleasure to welcome this week's Life in 5 guest, Craig Piglet Gowie. How are you, brother?
Fair introduction there, Andrew.
Well, mate, you deserve
that
it.
one, brother.
You deserve it. So let's get the first things first. Tell our viewers how the name Piglet come along.
Can't do that. But can't do that. No. So let's just fucking bypass that one.
Okay,
We'll put that one in the bag,
recycle bin.
Yeah. I've moved on from that anyway.
Of course, mate,
Turned over a new leaf.
Your first photo will tell us that. But before we get to your first photo today in the Life of 5, how hard was it coming up with 5 photos that would kind of depict your life in your journey so far?
Yeah, it was because obviously, you look through those memories and things that you've done in the past, and to try and break that apart and try and see which one's the most important to you is very difficult. But I think I'm pretty happy with what I've come up with.
Well, let's get to the first photo, and it's a photo of your beautiful 3 girls. Tell us who they are and what they represent to you.
Well, first and foremost, my wife, Amanda. So we've been together for a very long time.
She's been a rock to you.
Yeah, probably wouldn't be here if she wasn't around. We've been together, married for 19 years. So wonderful times. Obviously some hard times through there. Through certain things, me and she's been wonderful for us. My oldest daughter Lola and my youngest one Freya. Lola was born over in France when we moved to France. That was our first one, and then Freya was about to be born in Chelsea when I was in London, but then I had a falling out with the coach, and
oh wow,
I was probably well deserved because he was a fuckwit anyway, but. And then went back to good old Wayne Bennett. Actually good seeing Wayne Bennett at the airport and said, I was keen to come home, and he said, mate, if he wants to come home, I'll take him for sure at Newcastle.
Yes.
And that's how it all come about. And then after that, I just walked in there and just said, I'm out. And we had to get out there at a certain time because Amanda was so far along. Obviously, she couldn't fly at a certain time, and then Freya was born in Newcastle. So.
Being the dad of 2 daughters, I've got 3 daughters. It's something different, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's entertaining, but it's certainly it's a wonderful. I grew up with brothers, and mum was the only female in the house, so it's certainly been different. It's I wouldn't change it for the world. I've got 3 beautiful women in the family, and I'm very lucky to have them, and. What can I say? It's just, I'm so happy.
What are the girls, have you said anything to the girls? Like my lesson to my kids is always, don't Google me. Just don't Google me. What have you said anything to your daughters about your past?
Well, that's the new age, mate. They Google, don't they? Obviously there's some tough conversations there from my point because, I was a young fella and I was clowning around doing some stupid shit, and it doesn't leave you. And no. I think the biggest point of that is that for them, it will never leave them either. If they step out of line, or they post something that they shouldn't be posting, there's a good lesson in there. But it's certainly from a father's point of view, if I knew that back then, you wouldn't be doing that shit. So certainly some big lessons in there, and then I suppose that's part of parenting from my side and Amanda's side. We need to sort of control that as much as we can, and all you can do is the best you can, and I think we've done that.
Well, when I come back from Perth in 97, you're only 18, 19, and you were one of the better party animals of the team, even back then. But to see you now with your beautiful 3 girls, I've seen you evolve as not just a great dad great father, but an awesome role model. So congrats on your beautiful 3 girls, buddy. That's
Thank you, buddy.
sensational. Now we go for a bit of walk down memory lane with your second photo. What's this one about?
Yeah, that's I was living in France at the time, so I'm there with my dad. So
Mal?
obviously Mal was a big part of my life. He coached me all my life. With my mother, I should have had mum was taking the photo at that time, but they've both been rocks in everything that I've done. They gave me the opportunities to pursue rugby league. They were there to take me to training. They were there to pick me up. They were there to put me on the right path. And Dad's not with us now, so which is always difficult. But I just thought I'd post that one because he was a special part of my life. He coached me from when I was 7, and then even up through to Penrith, and he went through and did all the hard work from doing his level 1, level 2 coaching, and he even coached Penrith, Matthews and SG Ball, and he was a great coach in his own right. And like anything, there's always politics, and I was sort of going up in the realm of Penrith, and then obviously they sort of pushed him aside a bit, which was a bit disappointing. But as I said, that's the politics. But Dad was a rock there for us, and but Mum's always held us together as a mum does, and she's strong as, and they've been such an influence over my life as parents, as most parents are. But I wouldn't change it for the world.
It's always difficult when you lose someone you love, and there's not a day that goes by when you don't think of them. When do you miss Mal the most?
Sort of missed him. I'm always thinking of Dad, but I think maybe that when I transitioned out, I was a bit lost there for a while. So I think that sort of guidance is very laid back.
Yep.
But
yeah, he was for those who are listening or watching this podcast. Gowie's dad was one of the coaches who was an innovator, and you talk about politics, and it would have made a great first grade coach.
Well, it's like anything, mate. He did it because he loved football, and he did what he could. And I know the young guys that were underneath me, they always loved the way he went about his business. And but it's like anything, you got to get a path in life. He went down that way, and then after that, he went back into drag racing because he always loved drag racing and building cars and so forth. And that was his love as well. So that's how sometimes things work out.
Well, your next photo doesn't get any easier because this is your brother Matty.
Yep.
Tell us why this one's on your list, brother.
Well, after Dad passed, in 2014, Matt was sort of struggling a bit as well, and he sort of was going down the wrong path in a way. And I thought I got hold of him, and I put him into rehab in 2016, and I thought, okay, we'll get you back on the path, and I said, well, mate, you come and live with me, and we'll sort of get you back to where you work, because he was a great young fella, very happy, loved his fishing, loved his golf, just a all around good bloke. He was a plumber. He come and lived over when we lived in England together, and but unfortunately whatever he was fighting in his head got hold of him, and unfortunately he committed suicide after he got out of rehab. He was supposed to come and stay with us. Amanda and I were out, and I said, whatever. He goes, I've just got to go home and get me stuff. And I said, oh, okay, yeah, no drama. I said, but, get your stuff and come back. But that was the last time I spoke to him.
Well, that was a couple of rough years for you, and that goes without saying.
Yeah, I think it was just sort of, it's hard to explain. People go through this sort of stuff, but the reason why I'm talking about it today is that it affects a lot of people, and it's just part of my story. Obviously, it hurts every day because you think I thought that we got through to him, and the heartbreak that Mum went through, and even when I had to pull his body out of his fucking house, like it was just like horrendous sort of stuff, and that shit, it just doesn't go away.
Never goes away. Never goes away. And you know what? I applaud you for talking about stuff like this, because a lot of men, we put it in our back pocket and we say, you know, we'll be right. We'll be right. And this is an open forum, you know, and this is not, you know, this is raw. The photos you bring to the table are about you. You pick them. No one else picks them. And the good thing about this type of podcast is we give you you make the content.
Yeah.
And the fact that you brought your photo of Mal and Maddie today means that more blokes should be talking about the low times as well, not just the good times, because we go through both.
Yeah, that's right. And then I think on the league, coming from where I come from, there was like unbelievable highs, and then there's been some filthy dark times too. And you know, that's from, you know, my decisions being made when I was a young fella and the rest of it. But it's there's the way you cope with it. It's the people around you that get you through it. And I remember one day where I went and got Matt. He goes, "I just want to be with Dad." And I said, "Mate, what are you talking about, mate?" Like, and he sort of went me at it, and I said, "Come on, mate, look, it's you know, Dad's always going to be there for us, but you know, we've still got to carry on." You know what I mean? Yep. Like, but when you hear that sort of stuff, it just, you know, that's the reason when I got him and come back, he had a great relationship with the kids at the time. They were very young, and I thought that would help as well, you know, to see that, you know, that how loving it was, and that's why I wanted him to stay with us. But unfortunately, it just it didn't pan out the way I thought it was going to pan out. And then you sort of question yourself if you made the wrong decisions about what I actually told my mum, and you know, like it was sort of. I look back and it's just really hard time.
Well, as you say, the roller coaster of life is that ebbs and flows and ups and downs. And in 2003, you tasted the Holy Grail that not many people in our sport get to taste. And your number 4 photo is the 2003 jersey that you played in. Yeah,
it's just a great time in my life. You would know it's you grow up, you want to achieve, and there's nothing better than achieving with your teammates. You know, like playing for Origin and playing Australia and all these other stuff. They're the individual goals that you receive, but you can't even receive them if it's not without your teammates and the coaching staff. And we had a couple of dark years for that season, and we sort of come out of nowhere, but. We had a nucleus of a great side. We got some young guys come through. We had some great experience there. Preston Campbell come in from Cronulla, and it was the right combination. And we played a pretty simple format of football back then. It was just pretty much five hit ups and have a kick and play what you see. You know, it's not this structured shit that we see today. You know, so and you've seen the creative stuff that we could produce as players, and you know, Reece Wester at the back with his speed and. The dedication. And the funny thing is when you start to win, you see blokes start to do extra work and they work harder. When you're losing, everyone wants to get out of the fucking joint, you know? And well,
you were captain, you would have seen that more than anyone, like skipper in the team as well. Like you would have seen the guys trying to, you know, do shortcuts. And what was your advice to them when you were, you know, obviously you come from nowhere to win this comp. No one thought you would.
Yeah.
Was there a pivotal moment in the season in 2003 where you went, get in here and have a chat, or was it something that Johnny Lang said? Or
no, it was pretty. It comes like just from within. I think it's just started like we had a couple of heavy losses first up, and then we beat the Roosters like by a point, and then we lost another one. But then we started just to gain a bit of momentum. We won a lot of games like from less than 8 points. And when you do that, you know in the back end of games you can get them, and I think that it just evolved. And then we went on a run for about 7 or 8 games, and after that the confidence is just there. You might drop one because you're a bit up in the air, but we just sort of the momentum that we gained through the season, and then by the end of it, it was just felt like you're going to win. And I'd never felt that. The only time I ever felt that was when I was playing juniors when we used to win every game.
Yeah.
So it was. It was a wonderful season, and the biggest thing about that, it brings as you would know, it brings the whole community together.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and it's the same thing what the boys are doing now. Like, it's never been stronger out there. You've never seen so many people want to go to a football game.
No, I've never seen so many kids wearing Penrith jerseys.
Yeah,
that's
right.
amazing.
They're happy to be brought up in the area. So that's a great thing. And but when you lift the trophy at the end of the year, or you dream of that sort of stuff, but I never thought it would really happen, So, yeah, and you've seen so many unbelievable, great players that have played the game that have never won one. So, I'm certainly very grateful for that opportunity.
Well, I remember it was my wife's birthday, October 5th, when you won it, and we're at my house. There's about 30 people at my house, and everyone said, we're going to the club to celebrate. And we went to the club on the Sunday night. We got there about 11:30, got home the following Thursday.
That's normal. That's normal. That's normal.
How good are grand final winning celebrations?
They're unbelievable. But the thing is, like, back then you could do what you like.
Of course you could.
Fucking, there was like 10,000 people in there. There's people standing on the poker machines. There's like people are crowd surfing. Like there's thousands everywhere. I went back after watch the boys one. I think it was after COVID. No? There's fucking no one in there.
And for
they wouldn't even let people in.
They didn't get back until 2 o'clock in the morning. They get back.
Oh mate, I was off its head. I was just going, what are you blokes doing? Like. But it's just, certainly just the way that life's going now. There's so many rules, there's so many regulations, like.
Well, you are on the grandstand as well. I thought that might have been one of your photos, but I'll throw this in here. There's only 4 names on the Eastern Grandstand. Yours is one of them. That must have been one of the best honours you could have had.
Well, it's something that you don't really think about, MG. Like, certainly, there should be more blokes up on those stadiums. And if you like yourself, there's been a lot of great players that come through. I think it was just more that we won a grand final, so that's why they put they put the captains in there. Like that's my real opinion about it. But
good on
it was a great initiative from Gus brought that. Brad, he brought that in, and certainly a great honour. To be up there with Royce and Graham Moran and Brandi. So. I'll cherish that, but it's going to get ripped down anyway. So.
No, I'll find your name somewhere. They'll probably put you on the bar, the Piglet bar. Okay, for your last photo, we're going a little bit exotic here because we've got 4 jerseys and they're all different ones. Tell us why this photo has so much significance for you.
I went down in the man cave and that was my first Colleton jersey when I was back in the juniors. So
wow, look at it.
Yeah, so nice and tiny. So I remember a game. I played this game. I missed a tackle on halfway, and I got up and I chased him down and pulled him down just before and that was like when I was in under 7s, and I just it's funny.
How isn't it? I know
shit like that. I remember that shit. I can't remember yesterday. So it's just a special jersey for me because that's Colts. That's where I grew up and played. I played there till I was 16, 17, and
you played first grade at 17, didn't you?
Yeah, but the funny thing is that when I was 16, Gus, because I was playing for Colo and I'd play 16s and I'd play reserve grade, A grade. And then Gus had seen that. He goes, we'll put him up in under 21. So then I played South and I was played in the centres against Paul Mellor. He was in the centres. I was looking at him going, like, fuck, look at the size of this bloke. Like, it was insane. But then after that, the league, they squashed it because I was too young. They said I was too young, too young to play 21s. But then, so I went back to play to Colo and had some good times, and then come up to Penrith after that. But the other jersey is just when I played for Italy, rugby union. So
what a spin out.
So that was a great opportunity. I had Nick Mallet. I was playing over in France at the time, and I reached out to Nick Mallet, who was the Springboks coach before he was the Italian coach. I had a conversation. He came out and watched me play against Toulouse at home, and and then he gave me the opportunity to go play for Italy, which was just a great experience.
Didn't you play like in front of 100,000 people?
We played at San Siro in front of 80,000. That was the All Blacks. We played in some cracker stadiums, and you play all over the world, and that's the best thing about rugby union. You're playing all over the world. You've been in South Africa and so forth. But that's Johnny Wilkinson's jersey.
The England one.
The England one. I played against Johnny Wilkinson's, and then Matty Giddo's jersey up there as well. So after I played the Test match down in Canberra, Matty come into the sheds and gave me his jersey, which was it was a great great feeling. You know, he's certainly a world-class player and just a great bloke all around.
How would you sum up the difference between league and union in one sentence?
Soft.
What? So union soft?
It was just, I found it soft.
Yeah, where'd you play?
I played fly half, but they're big blokes, but it's just
Too many stoppages.
It's just there's stoppages, but it's quick. The game's quicker now, so it's hard to say now. But it's just the impact. Well, it certainly put years on me anyway. So let's just say that. And in France, they love kicking the ball and getting a couple of claps and stuff. But they're entertaining. But when I played in for Bayonne, the fucking blokes were crying before they ran out, like absolutely in tears, like
just emotion.
Just the emotion was just like unbelievable. They're yelling at each other, they're screaming, and they're crying.
Wow!
And then I'm up the back with one of the blokes that was all black. We're just fucking giggling, just going, "Look at these blokes." We know that emotion runs out from dead set. You scream out there, and it's gone in 10 seconds.
Yeah,
mate.
first hit,
and then you're fucked because you've let all this energy out, you know. But it's
well, your name doesn't get bandied about enough when they talk about dual nationals.
Yeah, because it's Italian.
Yeah, but it's still you were one.
Yeah, mate, you know what I learned, MG? All that stuff means actually nothing. You know, like at the end of the day, you've got to experience it. It's yours.
Yep.
But for other people to put you in somewhere where, you know, because they want to talk about something or whatever, it's it's nice to be acknowledged. But for me, it's
Well, that Johnny Wilkinson jersey, that'll if you ever down and out, just put it on the eBay. £150,000. Thank you very much.
It's it'd be worth a bit.
Oh, of course it would be. Yeah, but you can't put a price on it. Yeah. Well, them photos were epic, and wow, I could listen to you all day. You've honestly from where you were as I met you as a 17-year-old kid when I got back from Perth to now, you're an accomplished media entertainer, and you told those stories perfectly, brother. So thanks for being so open and honest.
Thanks,
Now a bit of fun. We finish each podcast with a gimme 5. I'll ask you 5 questions about your favourite things, and the first thing that comes to your mind, you let it rip.
Yeah.
Let's start with your favourite band.
Mate, I'm not a band man. I'm more of a DJ.
Well, yeah, who's that?
Mate, I love Avicii.
Avicii,
I can't believe, what a talent. I've watched his documentary. That was insane.
That wasn't it?
I loved, his favourite song for me was Levels.
Yep.
But I could listen to all his shit. Like, it's insane.
What do you think of Kendrick Lamar at the Super Bowl halftime? Is that your type of?
I didn't rate it.
No.
Yeah, I didn't rate it.
No, me either. But anyway, most did, or a lot did. But
yeah.
What about your favourite song of all time?
I'm not much of it. I'd rather just. It depends on what nightclub I'm in.
Yeah.
And what time of the day it is, mate. Then I'll say that's my favourite.
Yeah, okay.
But I listen to anything, whatever's on the radio, I'll listen to. You know.
Have you got a favourite TV series of all time?
Mate, I'm riding the Gold Rush.
Gold Rush.
Yeah.
What's that about?
Mate, just the mining, the gold mining.
On A&E channel or something.
In Discovery.
Yes.
That and the Opal. The Opal one.
You strike me as a bit of a Yellowstone fan as well. Would you like Yellowstone?
Yeah, I'm a Yellowstone man.
John Dutton.
Yeah. I'm not. I wish I was Johnny Dutton.
What about Beth? How good she? Beth's the best.
Love a night out with Beth. Eh?
She's one person who could probably keep up with you. Obviously, you played both league and union, but what about besides them? What's your favourite other sport to watch? Or
I love big golf. I've always been here. But
you've been a good golfer, yeah.
Into me golf, yeah. I played, as you know, I played with Brandy on Friday, and then I thought, I've got the bug because I started playing right, and then I played it right Tuesday, and then played hopelessly yesterday, thinking, I'm back, and then I'm not. You know. So. And
finally, if you're arrested and you're put in the jail forever, what's your death row meal? What's your final meal that you'd love to have before you leave this?
Well, hopefully I don't get there, MG, but probably, mate, I'm just straight out. I love a snitty, you know. The old snitty and
what topping? What type? Like and chips and salad? Or?
Yeah, no, just chips and gravy.
Oh,
yeah. Nice and easy.
Simple.
Straight out of the pub, mate. You know?
Well, mate, that's you've been awesome. You're always, as I said, you're one of my favourite people of all time. And when you said you were going to come on the podcast, I knew you were going to be entertaining, and I didn't know you'd be so open with us. And I appreciate you for it because It takes a real man to do that. And all I can say now is, Craig Gower, this is your Life in 5.
Thanks, MG. Appreciate being here, mate. And yeah, it's nice to open up, mate.
Thank you, brother.